FBI Special Agent Phil Andrew is joining us tonight. Does wearing the badge make police officers a target? What has changed in the last couple of years?
This has become a more difficult and dangerous job, Marnie. The statistics are right that more on-duty deaths in the last 2 years. Some of this might be related to the pandemic and the increase of crime overall, but we've also seen record suicides. Over 472 police officers have committed suicide in the last 3 years. This is a very difficult job. The circumstances, the environments in which officers work are difficult and more demanding, and it shows. The statistics bear it out.
Mm-hmm. And you wonder who wants to do that job if the risk is that high, the dangers are that apparent, and you don't feel like you have all the support that you need to do the job and stay safe.
Well, many people that are called to this line of work are called by a sense of honor and duty and a sense of service and deep compassion for helping others. So I think those things still remain the same, but I think we need to do a lot more to support officers, to officer well-being, officer wellness, resiliency, and the culture in which officers work. I served in law enforcement for 21 years, and sometimes we weren't as good to each other as we were to the community. So there's a lot that we could do to bring wellness, resilience, and support to law enforcement.
And where does that start? Where would you begin to instill those changes?
It really starts with a recognition that it's not always about strength, that taking care of yourself, personal wellness, showing up well rested, avoiding drugs and alcohol, maintaining a lifestyle that mitigates your own personal stress. If you can show up ready to meet other people's crises, you're in a better position to be successful in meeting the community's needs.
How about how we handle criminals who are already out there on the street committing these crimes? What needs to change in that approach?
I think that we really need to take an approach of kind of inpatient, outpatient, a public health approach to law enforcement these days. When that means that some people, when they are a threat to themselves and others, they really need to be treated in a custodial environment. And then there's other folks that interventions in the community can be very effective with the right support. And we've got to be better at picking who needs sort of inpatient treatment and who can be treated and still be in the community. And right now, we just don't have the right systems in place to provide the kind of level of support for intervention outside of custodial environment. But even when we do take people into custody, those supports they're not robustly in place.
Yeah, it's a layered approach to a major problem, and it's a dangerous job. 101 police officers shot in 2022. Phil, 17 died from their injuries. Phil Andrew, retired FBI special agent. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.